Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Reading 101, the series where I take you through a transcription and we learn to play it without listening to the original recording. Now, of course, the skill here is being able to interpret the rhythms that are on the page, and this is a great skill to have. Not only will it open up the doors for your ability to learn things, but it will also open up your ability to transcribe things, because as I say, over and over and over, transcription is just reading, but in reverse. When you read, you have to see things and understand what they're going to sound like when you play them. When you transcribe, you have to hear things and understand what they're going to look like when they're written down. So, great skill to work on, and yeah, this one should be a lot of fun. So today we are looking at a Robben Ford melody. It's actually a Yellow Jackets melody, but this was I transcribed this as part of my monthly live stream just recently, and yeah, there were some challenging rhythms in here for us to really study. So let's kick in with the first bar. Now, when we look at this rhythmically, nothing challenging going on at all, right? We have a series of eighth notes. There is a grace note here, so this note, of course, is played quickly and then hammering onto this note, but if we ignore this grace note, we have an eighth note rest, an eighth note, an eighth note, an eighth note, eighth, 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 eighth. So rhythmically, this bar very simple: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and rest, note, 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 note. Now, if I deal in the tablature, we've got an A hammering onto B, 1. Now I am playing a staccato note here on the B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now I probably shouldn't play that all as staccato as I am. 3, 4, 1. Now when we look at this second bar, this actually presents a really interesting thing for us to talk about when it comes to reading. When we look at this piece of information when you're reading, sometimes you can approach things by asking yourself where this note happens and how long it lasts for. So this rest is a beat and a half. So that tells us that this note is on the and of 2. There are 2 ways that I can locate where this note is, though. One is to process this rest and count this rest, but actually another way is to fill it in from the end of the bar. If I look at this, I can see that we have 4 eighth notes. So this must be on the 8th note before beat 3. So that's my way of kind of processing that. So it's 1, 2, note, 1, 2, bum, 1, 2, and 1. Oh, volume up. 1, 2, and 1, 2, and. So if I deal in these notes, of course you're going to want to spend some time working on the fingering for this, but 4, 5, 3. And if I play the entire bar, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 1. Now I don't need to put a palm mute on all of it. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Now if I play the first 2 measures, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 1. 4 and even. I always panic when I start playing like that and counting while I'm doing it, because I know that it's probably going to go wrong, and for the most part it always does, but when it goes well, it's nice. Anyway, so now let's move on to the more challenging rhythm. Now this is definitely the most challenging rhythm that we're going to have to deal with here. What we can see is that we have a grouping of triplet eighths. So triplet, 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 triplet. And what we're dealing in here, this note is tied over from before, so the real skill is being able to confidently play the second note of that triplet. So we need to understand what this is going to sound like. If we have a beat, triplet, 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 pa, 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 triplet, triplet, pa, 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 or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2. So that's a rhythm that we have to get comfortable with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. It's a tricky one, but it sounds great here. It just gives us that sense of this note being late. In fact, if I play this section here, but ignore that this note is on that second triplet, if I just play it on the beat, it actually sounds very uncool. You'd have this 1 2 3. That's not cool, right? What we want is so that's 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, 4. That's hard to vocalize that. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 1, triplet, triplet, triplet. So that really is going to be the challenge in getting any of these rhythms down. And it does appear again here. We have a note played on the second part of a triplet. Yeah, it's important that we practice this rhythm because that is the challenge of this piece. So dealing in this, again, the last 2 eighth notes of the bar. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. So there's our rhythm. So if we just deal in what we've got so far, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Not the trickiest. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and triplet, 1, 3, 4, and. I'll use some bad numbering there, but let's go again. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and triplet, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. So not the hardest, not the hardest. Same basic idea with this bar. I don't need to worry about this. I don't need to worry about counting how long all of this lasts for. What I need to focus on is where does this come in. This is the last beat of the bar, beat 4. So we've got this triplet idea. Triplet, 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 triplet. Now I've got that grace note slide 2 to 3. Triplet, triplet, triplet. Now dealing in the second part. Easy rhythms. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Again, beat 3, a rest. I'm really just focusing on where does this come in. This comes in on the 4th beat of the bar. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4, and. So just dealing in everything that we've looked at so far, up to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Not too tricky. Now, this is definitely the hardest bar that we're going to have to deal with. But it's the same basic principle, right? We can see that we have this hammer-on the second triplet in a grouping. So triplet, 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 triplet. From there, beat 2, quite simple, just 2 eighth notes. 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. I would practice just this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, triplet, 2, and. That's actually staccato. So it's triplet, 2, and 3, 4. Triplet, 2, and 3, 4. Kind of a cool rhythm. Now this one, I was dealing with this with a student just yesterday actually, and they panicked when they saw this. How the hell do I play that, right? But it's the same basic idea. We have a triplet. Here's an eighth note of triplet. Here's an eighth note of triplet. Sure, it's 2 16th notes, but we're playing the first note. So we've got triplet, triplet. We're just putting a slide on this note. So triplet, 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 triplet. If I put it together with this, triplet. It's hard to vocalize this now. My brain is kind of melting down. Triplet 1, triplet 2 and 3, triplet. Really, I'm not even going to continue to try and vocalize that. It's silly. But then beat 4, we have these two Gs. 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. So this entire measure, it definitely needs time. You have to 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Triplet 2 and 3, triplet. 2, 3, 4. It's not the hardest rhythm. From there, yeah, we just have 2 Gs played on the second beat. 2, 3, and again, I'm not counting how long this lasts for. I'm focusing on where does this come in. It's the last 8th note of the bar. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2. Or G7 there. So if I get this so you can see it all, yeah, you should be able to see that. Now I should be able to read all of this. Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Let's try and play the right note there. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now when I look through the rest of the piece, it's the same basic idea, the same melody repeats here. So interesting here. We need to deal in a triplet on the offbeat of 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now as I look through the rest, it's more of the same. You know, we have these same rhythms over and over again, coming on the and of 3 and then a triplet on beat 4. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, and triplet. 1, 2, 3, and triplet. Continuing on. And if we play that entire 2-bar section, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and triplet. It's quite tricky to hold that note. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Play the right notes, Levi. Good work. Now, as you continue on through the piece, it's just more of the same. Melody plays up an octave. Now I like this. This is actually the part of the transcription that I enjoy the most, the part that I would learn from, playing out that C shape. You have this cool 1. These are the types of things that I learned from transcriptions. That's the thing that I want in there. I'll steal that. Nice little phrase. Anyway, there we have it. So that's the basic idea behind a Reading 101 and how I can process reading a piece like this. You can do this with absolutely any transcription, and I would encourage it. I would recommend it. It's a good use of your time because it takes away a lot of the stress of reading rhythms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Anyway, you get the idea. So, finally, just want to say a huge thank you to some of my supporters, or all of my supporters over on patreon.com. These guys keep videos like this coming to you. So thank you very much for the support, guys. Look how exhausted I look. Still got makeup on from yesterday, don't I? Just looking ridiculous, but thoroughly enjoying myself. So thank you very much for your support, guys. Stressful time moving studios and all of that. So it's nice that you guys still support me for all of that. It's very, very good of you. So I hope you got something out of this. And of course, this transcription is up on my Patreon page for my transcription challenge, guys. So yeah, check it out over there. Lastly, huge thank you to everyone that does support me. If you want to check me out on Patreon, you can do so by clicking this button up here, subscribe by clicking this button down here. You'll find 2 more of my videos here and here. Go and learn some Robben Ford, guys. He's pretty good. Laters.